Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Student Leadership Training. Today, we will continue with our third session titled Partnership and Industry Connection. To this important topic, we will bring our invited guest, Juan Galindo. Thank you so much to all for joining us again. And before introducing our guests, let me remind you to complete the attendance form that is important to obtain the certification of our program. We will share it shortly in the chat of the stream. So, to start, let me present you Juan Galindo. He is an electronics engineer from Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana that holds the Master and PhD in Information and Communication System from Universidad Estatal de Campinas. He brings extensive experience across industria, academy, and government in the healthcare, banking, and agriculture sectors. Juan is the founder of Vita Tecnología, a startup dedicated to applying artificial intelligence, image processing, and IoT technologies to challenge in healthcare and agriculture. He also serves as a lecturer in engineering at Fundação Herminio Ometo, where he contributes to the development of future professionals in the field, and has been a dedicated IEEE volunteer since 2009. He currently serves as chair of the IEEE Region 9 Industry Engagement Committee. So, Juan, thank you so much for your willingness to participate in this program, and I give you a welcome. This space is all yours.
Well, thank you, Andres. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Buenas noches. Boa noite, everyone. First of all, happy Workers' Day. Happy Labor Day to all of you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be here. I feel really, really grateful for you being here because it's holiday in most of our countries in Latin America. And you're here, you're training, you're getting knowledge, and this is something really, really valuable. And this will get you lots of achievements in the future. I know it is going to be really, really good for you. So first, we're going to talk about partnerships and industry connections. We're going to see how to collaborate with professionals in industry and companies tonight. I know that for you in student branches and in general in IEEE, it is really, really important to make these connections, to make partnerships. And this is really, really, really important for you. And I want you to take the best of it. And this is something that is going to be really, really good for your future. It's going to be really, really good for your student branches and especially for your universities as well. So I want to be a little bit, we have some interactions here. I know that some people feel a little bit shy and but you can write about some your comments in the chat, and Andres is gonna show me some of them. So feel free to ask, feel free to talk into in the chat box. So, okay, first thing is okay, why do we want to connect with industry? This is something that looks a bit obvious. Oh, industry, but we need to first to think about the purpose. What is our purpose when we connect with industry? It's not just because we need to do it. Industry is important, so we need to connect with them. But what do we want? And first things I want you to think, and if you want to write something, what do you think is important to when you connect to industry? Why? I'm going to go to find people in industry, to find professionals. Why do I'm going to go to this process? What do I want? This is important because Depending on it, I need to define a path, to define who I'm going to talk to, and to define how I'm going to talk to that person, and to define all steps I'm gonna do. So, first, what do you think about? Okay, I know people. First thing, okay, first of all, well, corporations have money. This is not. This is something we all think about. Okay, we are not for profit, but we need money to do all our activities. We need some funding to have a coffee break, or maybe we want to bring a speaker. So we need to pay for the tickets, for the hotel room, etc. So I know this is something we always think. Okay, I want some funding. Sometimes I don't want them to pay for something, but I want them to do something that, okay, in maybe to, okay, they're gonna bring the coffee break, so, or they're gonna bring an expert from, so I'm going to save some money from that. What else? We always think, okay, expertise. Okay, I want to know more about. Okay, I'm going to have a maybe to have a special session, and I want my students to know more about industry, about processes, about products, about technologies that are already used in industry or that are going to be used. Maybe some soft skills as well. Well, something most people think about is connections. I want connections. I want people I want my students to have some networking. I want them to meet people that maybe get them some advice, maybe some mentoring in the future. And I need to think about this. Okay, and one another thing that maybe one of the most important things is, okay, I want to have access to jobs for my students, for the members of my student branch. This is something that always comes. Okay, I want this. I want to have a priority. So, okay, these are some, for examples. I don't know if you have anything else, any other example, but there are lots of motivations. That this is something. Okay, so first thing you need to think about, okay, what do I want? Because depending on it, okay, who I'm going to contact, how I'm going to contact them, what's the language I'm going to use. This is important, and this is really really definitive, because this is the way, by defining this, I know what I'm gonna do, and I know which corporations I'm gonna talk to. I know also which people. For example, maybe it's more important to talk to HR, for example, or to talk to some people more from the technical side. It depends on it. What do I want, and what do I want to do? Also, if I want a single event, also if I already contacted them and already had some activities with them, maybe it is a good point to start, to begin. So this is the first thing we need to think about when we talk about industry. The other thing is, okay, what are we talking about when we say industry? Okay, maybe we want to bring a professional. Maybe we want a relationship with professionals in industry, not necessarily to the entire organization, at least for the purpose of my activity. I know you always want to think, oh, I would love to talk to the CEO, or to the owner of the company, but it is not always possible. Maybe sometimes it is strategic to talk to some professional, to someone who works in the area, but maybe not to the organization. Why? Because it's more bureaucratic, because you need to do more stuff. You need to go and you need to find a letter from the dean, or so it becomes really really harder sometimes. So maybe if you know the person you want to, and it's easier. But sometimes I want to have a long-term relationship, maybe something more in the long run. So maybe at that moment it's better to go to the other path. Okay, it depends. So it depends. If I want to do an activity and I want it now, so it's really really more strategic. Go to the professional, to the specific person. Try to find the person, and then if you want, okay, I want to something, I want to maybe to I just had maybe a technical visit, and it was really really successful. So I want to do this a permanent program in my student branch. Okay, I maybe okay the try maybe you can try to the professional you use to reach the organization to get this, and to go to and find this long-term goal. So this is something we really need to think about, to define. Sometimes it's better to go and to talk to the professional, and sometimes it is better to talk directly to the organizations as well. So let's see what else we need to think. Okay, when we talk with professionals and organizations, we need to think differently, and we need to begin thinking about something that we sometimes don't think about. What does industry want? Okay, why? Because they're going to be with us. They are okay. Some people do it because of will. I know most of the people do it, but sometimes it is good to give them something in exchange. I know lots of them, and I really believe that most of people are willing to participate and to help. But in the corporate world, sometimes, okay, they are going to talk about, for example, you find an expert in one area, but this session he's going to give a speech or something, to give a small talk, or maybe a course, and he needs to ask permission to his or her boss. So he needs something good to see, and he needs to talk to that boss and to explain them. Or, for example, if we talk about an organization, okay, what the organization wants, and what the organization is going to get from this. This is normal. This is not because they are bad people. This is because this is what they need, because they are going to do to do something, and they have to explain why they're doing this. So if we think about professionals, first thing, maybe they want to, or maybe to participate in training, and sometimes they don't want to lead the training, or maybe they want to lead the training in one area, but they want to participate in other areas from your activities. So this is really really important, because sometimes this training and certifications are important for their careers, because the thing is, they want maybe to make some connections. Maybe they want to make connections with academia to get some expert knowledge from academia. Maybe they want some job opportunities. This is really they want to grow in their company, and they want to show, oh look, I'm invited to bring this, to participate in these talks, to be being a speaker in a conference. So this is good for them, and they want to show that, and want to so think about this. What can I offer to them? Okay, all certificates, certifications, maybe some training from the university. This is really valuable from them, and we can offer them something. Sometimes you don't think about it, but sometimes they're really, really grateful for being invited just because they can post it on social media and say thank you to the student branch, to IEEE, to the university because of this grateful invitation, because this is going to help them advance their career. So this is something we need to see. We need to define, to find the people, to see what they want, to talk with them, and to find what they really want, to look at their LinkedIn page and see what they post, and sometimes if you have enough confidence to ask them, oh, okay, it would be interesting for you. Do you think this is to show them that you're sometimes, just to show them you care for what they want, you care for the advancement. And also, remember, we are IEEE. We we have lots of connections. We can create lots of networking opportunities for professionals in our activities, um, even if it's a small activity for just for your student branch members. To maybe if you're inviting them for a big international conference, you always find moments to create connections, to for training, for this career advancement. So don't miss these opportunities. Okay. Well, if we talk about the corporation, about long-term initiatives, this is what they want, uh, especially business opportunities. Okay. I know that you're not going to sign a contract with them because this is not what we're intended to do. But how they get these business opportunities? Advertising. Okay, they can put their logo. They can put a banner in the place if you have a physical place. They can, in sometimes when it is allowed, they can use their social networks to stream an activity. Why not? This is important for them. And they are showing they are experts because they are invited by IEEE, and they are invited by a university. So this is really, really important. Sometimes, and this is really, really important, they want to find the right people for a job. So this is really, really important because um, sometimes they say, "Oh, I'm looking, I'm posting some job offerings, but I cannot get the people with a specific profile." And what do we have in our volunteers? We have people and that they have lots of skills. They are developing skills with their activities. The skills that are really, really valuable, soft and hard skills. So maybe to get this and to show this as an opportunity, um, for them, it's important. Corporate social responsibility. If we want, this is especially, for example, especially for humanitarian efforts. If we want to do humanitarian efforts, this is important for them. Sometimes they are the board, the shareholders ask CEOs to have a CSR program. So this is really a good opportunity to find support for these initiatives. Sometimes it's important for also in diversity initiatives. They have the will to do this, but sometimes they don't know how to do this. And we are experts in this. So this is a great opportunity to match. we have all we have you can lots of humanitarian spaces also to do social responsibility. So this is really really important for them, and this is a big opportunity. uh, okay, what else? Well, they want to be known, they want to have recognition, they want to share knowledge with academia and with their corporations. They want to, so just be careful, because here they want this but they don't want their secrets to be shared with. So be careful with that part of knowledge exchange. Always take care of this, to be all to don't share confidential information. And finally, they want connections. They want networking, because they maybe they find they can have an alliance. They can create connections. So this is really really important. Find what they want. Try to look at their website. Try to look at their social media, what they post, and find what they want. You can find lots of opportunities. If you have people that you know that working there, reach them. And maybe they are not the person who can with the power to decide, but they are where they are sometimes one of them is the person who can tell you the information you need and the connections you need. So do it and talk to them, ask questions always. Okay, this so
Hey,
now.
Juan,
Hey,
sorry
yeah,
to interrupt. We have our first question here
yeah.
from Tanya. Um, as a student branch chair, how can I reach company to look for just opportunity for the members? What can I say that we can offer? And this continues. In some case, they don't even take us into account because we are still students.
Well, Tamia, this is a really good question. I think this is important. Well, first, okay, um, sometimes it depends on the they want some they can offer some internships, they can offer some job opportunities. Maybe sometimes the thing is you don't say, oh, I have a student branch and I want you to hire my people. This is not gonna work. I think one of the things that's gonna work is first to show the talents you have in your student branch. Maybe to have an approach in which, okay, maybe I want to know what are the skills you're looking for and what we can do to get those skills. This is you're not saying hire me. You're saying I want to know the skills. You're okay. And then I say I can help you look for people who have these skills. Why? Because I have access to people who have a difference, who are different. Why? Because they are volunteering, they are doing lots of stuff that is not taught in college. And maybe we can work with them. We maybe so try to find a softer approach, not to say, okay, we are students, hire us. Try to first to find it. Try to also to find if there's people with these profiles. If don't, try to help those people and try to help them to identify how they can get these skills they want. This is something. And okay, the thing that, for example, we are okay students, and maybe they don't take us seriously. Okay, this happens, but if this happens, maybe you can get support from your section. It is something, maybe you can from your SAC, maybe you can get some support in the thing. Okay, and maybe this is better. Sometimes is try to think about one IEEE. Think about this is really, really powerful because if you go with a program that includes different student branches, or maybe your student branch for one part of the program and another student branch for another part of the program, this is going to make you more serious. They want to take you more seriously. So if you see that, they are not listening, they are not answering, maybe it's better to try to reach your SAC, try to reach your section for support, because this is the interesting for the section as well. Actually, if they do this, this is gonna be helpful for the entire section. So this is, I think this is maybe the approach that may work. Okay, so I was talking about this about, okay, wait a minute, I just did something wrong here. Okay, so I'm talking about what are we offering industry wants, and are we showing it the way? This is about language. For example, this I like the question Tamia said, because this is something. Sometimes, okay, they want to hire people, but I don't want people to say hire me. They want to know where are these high skilled professionals, or these high skilled students for an internship, especially if we're talking about students who are going to be these high skilled professionals. So maybe this is something when talk. So first of all, I want to show you two examples here. I'm going to access this site. So these are from two IEEE conferences. Okay, the first one. Okay, we're talking about here about sponsorship. You see, they have a floor plan. They have lots of things. I can show you this tab to just to see this. Okay, this is so look, this they have the options on rate here. Look what they, okay, this is a flagship conference. Maybe you're not gonna get a $125,000, but you can, but look at the way they do. Look at the way they show the information. Look at this. They have some, just in this case they have the floor plan. So divided by areas, they show you where they're gonna be. So their stands. So you don't have to be this specific at this. This is our greatest example, and I know you don't have sometimes the time, don't have sometimes the resources to get to this. But what I'm trying to show you this is, okay, this is something that's going to be attractive. Be attractive when you get the information. For example, here, technical sponsors. And this is a screenshot. You cannot even see the sponsors. They want to show the sponsor, but you cannot see them. So this is a good example here in the upper side. This is a bad example, and this is something you sometimes do. You just send the call for papers information for a sponsorship. They don't want to know about the call for papers. This is not what's interesting for them. But what they want to know, okay, how many people is going to be, what are their profiles, if they're going to sponsor a conference. They just want to know this: who's going to be the people, who's going to be there, which profiles, what is important. This is important for find customers. This is important to get connections. It's important to give our message for the future. This is important to find users. For example, this is for strategic for software, especially. They want to find users. So, okay, you can come here. You can give us. They can give us a showcase here. So, okay, just align what they want with what we want, and talk the language they talk. If you're thinking about sponsorship, don't send the call for papers because they're not gonna take you seriously. So this is something. What are we going? How are we talking to them? What language we're using? Who are the people who's gonna help us considering the purpose we're talking to? Maybe okay, I'm going to talking to someone to some people in the R&D department. Okay, send a call for papers. This is important for them because they want to know what's happening. So oh, but okay, I have a small I have a small activity in my student branch, so maybe I can okay invite the dean of your and so they can have connections. Maybe this important. This is important for them. Or if you're it's more technical, invite your teachers. They maybe and people from and or your researchers in your college because this is gonna be interesting for them. So, considering this, I just wanted to show you, okay, to think about this, think about the language we're using, the people we are contacting, and the way we are contacting. So I'm going to show you some examples of and talk about this. First, okay, this is something we are doing. This is the ambassadors program. And this is a program we're doing in our committee. And people who our ambassadors, what do we do? This is for people who already work in industry. But and what do? We think we're trying to reach basically members in industry to make them feel happy, to make them to get some value for them. And they do some activities we inside their corporations, inside their companies, and it's a 3 months contest, and the one who gets the three best places get the first one gets a $100 from Island Courses. So this is really really important, and so apply now. Use the QR code and apply now if you already work in industry. So what do we do with this? We are getting the message inside their corporations. Why? Because they do some coffee talks. This is what ambassadors do, and these are coffee talks that are held inside their corporations. They are inviting their people who are interested in this. You can see that some of them are about technical issues, for example, about security, and this one is about soft skills, about teamwork and leadership. And this is something. After that, they use some flyers. They're getting some information, and they also invite members using our member get a member program. If you don't know what the member get a member program is, Google it because it's really really important. You can, if you add some members, you're gonna you're gonna get $2 for your renewal, and these ambassadors are talking about IEEE. They are showing their expertise. They are showing their skills. And for example, and you can do something. You can do something similar. Maybe okay. Let's create a program in my student branch. So to invite industry members, to invite industry people to my here to college, to my college. So maybe you can do something taking this philosophy. Okay, what else do they do? Okay, they want to create. We are
Hey,
encouraging
Juan.
them to create local groups. Okay, another question.
Yes, but I think that now the issue is that we are not seeing the presentation. We are seeing the website from the ENT.
Oh, sorry.
So you were talking about the
Sorry.
program. Yes,
Yeah.
that was
So
a
yeah. So let me get this. Okay. let me okay, let me go this. Okay,
But we in
so
fact have some questions. Yes.
yes.
So I don't know if you want to retake about the program or
Okay,
with the
this is
professor.
the QR code here, but I can take these questions. Okay.
Okay. So we have a question from Miguel. Could you recommend some R&D? I think that's research and development companies that are open to collaborating with recent graduates.
Look, well, maybe, well, Miguel, first, thanks for your question. This is they want to collaborate. So, I maybe I'm not able to tell you names here, depending on okay where you are, depending on your location. But for example, in Brazil, I can talk about Embraer, for example. They are really really willing to collaborate, and they do contests to find these people. They do some contests with you need to fly a UAV, and they do this contest uh, in order to find some recent graduates, and also even they also try to find some students. This is an example that came to my mind. Embraer, um, for example, in Brazil. But it is one of the things you can find them is try to reach R&D departments, and maybe sometimes I can you can maybe sometimes your teachers, your researchers in your university, they have that information. Maybe they are better to get that information. Why? Because they are in contact with people in R&D departments of these companies, because they need to do some research. So maybe that's a better place, because this is something really really local information. Okay, so this is the program. Apply now. These are
We have
some
more
topics
questions.
also we're talking.
Sorry.
No,
Um,
go ahead.
okay. So this one also from Miguel. Do you think it is better to approach large multinational firms or small local companies for our first professional experience?
Oh, this is well, uh, this depends on what you want, Miguel. Depends really really a lot what you want, because you're gonna get different experiences. For example, when you get to go to smaller companies, you get more information about how uh, the entire company works. Why? Because maybe if it's 5 to 10 people, you're gonna see the CEO every day. For example, you're gonna talk to the CEO every day. You're gonna talk to people in charge of sales, in charge of development, in charge of support, because they are in the same place all the time. So you get more information, and maybe you can rotate for in different areas, and you get that experience. If this is what you want, you go for it is better to go for a smaller local company. Okay, so another one. Okay, if you think about I want to know to get more about big large infrastructure, to know how to do some processes that require that affect thousands of users. Maybe a really specific technology. Maybe if you want some international experience in your future, if you want to practice languages, this is not that doesn't mean that doesn't happen in small companies, but it is more often it happens more often in multinational firms. So I think it depends on what you want, on your projection, because so Think about it. What do you want? Do you want to learn a little bit of everything? Do you want to focus more in one area? For the begin in the beginning, do you? I think this maybe gave you the answer. Well, maybe okay. Multinational firms give you maybe sometimes they are allowed to pay you a higher salary or to give you more benefits. It is not always the case, but it is usually the case. Some that's always that you always have to come to mind. But not don't think only about the money. Think about if you are beginning your career. Think about your future. Think about who are going to be my steps to where do I want to go? Who's the person I want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Okay. So these are the coffee talks I was talking about. Okay. So as you see, this is something about security. This is about teamwork, and this is this flyer. So we're promoting IEEE inside these corporations, and we are getting members. We are getting new members, and we are creating local groups. Okay, this is something for you. You need there are local groups. Local groups are groups that attend local needs in areas of interest for IEEE. For example, let's talk about, okay, this is more for interdisciplinary groups. Let's talk about IoT. IoT is transversal for different societies. You cannot say, oh, this is for one society. No, there are different. So you can create local groups. You can offer the possibility to create local groups. This is easier because this has no bureaucracy, because the only thing you need two voting members. So you need to find maybe a graduate student member or two graduate student members that can do it, or a professional member, senior member. But okay, this is maybe your maybe okay. You can use you can use teachers who are actually members to create this, and you can create local groups that can attend interests from your industry. We have some examples in Latin America. For example, we have one in Brazil who works with interoperability in power networks. So this work have lots of generators in Brazil, and also some vendors because they are interested in this, and they're doing performing some tests. We have also a medium voltage local group in Peru who is focused on knowledge exchange between vendors and customers of and users of these technologies. So, for example, if you have for large factories who need some medium voltage equipment, what do they need to do? What they need to know? Maintenance, etc. This is a good example. You need two professional members to create this local group, but you can bring students. You can you can do it, and so you can have a closer relationship between your student branch and your industry, and also, and not all members of these local groups need to belong to. They don't have to be IEEE members. But they are doing activities with IEEE members. They are seeing the opportunities for IEEE, and they are becoming members. So this is a good opportunity for you. And this is support. And think about this. This is more for these local initiatives. So, and this is more for long-term relationships. You're creating a long-term relationship with this, because you can invite them to do lots of activities. You can bring them inside IEEE. So this is, you don't think, something when you think about this, oh, I need to find something really, really hard. Sometimes, okay, it's a digital transformation, e-commerce. Sometimes, okay, but we're gonna create a group for some soft skills. This is a really, really powerful opportunity. And if you have and you can offer this, this is going to be really, really good. If you have the opportunity to create a local group and to inviting industries to participate and to attend and to work with problems they have, technical and non-technical programs. So this is very, very good for. This is a program we have, and I invite you to do this. This is a program we have. It's called We Industry. This is done in conjunction. This from our committee with We, Region 9 We, and also the SAC team. So this is so what do we do? These are some pictures from El Salvador and from Brazil last year in Pirelli. This and so what do we do? We here are attending one of the needs they have. Okay, for example, for this program, who I'm gonna talk to? I'm gonna talk to women in leading positions in industries. So if I find someone who is in a leading position in a company, this is really important because they know how hard it is, how hard it was for them to get into that place. So they are willing to help, and they love this program. This program, what do? We select some women from student branches in the area, and we invite them to have one technical day. This is not only a technical visit, but they are going to see what happens in one day in industry with women in technical and leading positions. So they are going to have some shadow experience. They are going to see what's happening. They're gonna see how it is a real day in industry. And also we also this is, for example, taking some questions about, okay, and how we get hiring. This gave us internships. This gave us for example, some people got hired from this program, and we are attending one issue we have. I know lots of companies want to do diversity programs, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to find the people, and we have the best people, and we need to take advantage of it. Because look, this we are getting the opportunity for the student branches, for women in the student branches, to see how it is life in industry. We are empowering them. They are learning what skills they need, what technical knowledge they need, and they're having a connection opportunity, mentoring opportunities, and they love it. Companies love it because this is the way they can put in work their diversity programs. So okay, if you want to do it, okay, just if you want to do it in your city, just contact me, contact Jessica, contact the we chair of your section, or the SAC of your section. And if you know about a company who has some diversity policy, or who women, and who promotes women into leading positions. This is a great opportunity, and you can do similar programs in your college. Just find what they need. Just find what they want to do this. Okay, so I'm giving you the invitation to contact us, because this is a huge program. This year we already have we are going to do some experiences. We are working also we're working with Itaipu in Brazil and Paraguay. We are going to working. We have some plans with Ford also. We're having plans. We already just having plans with lots of companies. We are working with hand by hand with Guadalajara section to do this. El Salvador, we want them to do another one. We want to do this in, for example, this one was in the student branches regional meeting. So maybe this opportunity to do it in your national meetings. Okay, there are places. So contact us to do this. We also put this in the noticiero. We can do it as well in enlaces. Put some notes about it. We also put it in the Global We magazine, and they also can show and share this. So everything you do, this is important. Everything you do with industry, they want projection. All the professionals involved, and the company as well. Uh, Promote it. Find a way. Maybe okay, from just your social networks. Put thank you, share it. Put some special notes. Show them. Get them known because they work with you. This is they really love it, because they are this is the way they are showing their company. They are promoting their company, and the professionals are showing what they're doing. They're showing their talent. So this is really important. This is some things you need to do. Also in the ambassadors program, when you say, oh, I'm working with and when you post something related, oh, this coffee talk was done with this company. This is good for the company, and this is good for the professionals in the company. So do it, and try to find a way to get them know that you are promoting them, because they love it. Okay, another example. They have an organizational award. This is from MGM, and it's for these organizations that allow volunteers, for example, to travel for meetings and for IEEE activities. So they have an award. So maybe this is an example of something you can do. Maybe not an award. Because you know that you have to ask for to the awards committee before you are going to create an award, but maybe a recognition, maybe just some something saying thank you, a thank you note, making put it on social media, put it everywhere. If you find an opportunity to promote, do it. You don't have to think, oh, this needs to be huge. And for example, this is one award for globally. So no, think find a way to recognize them. To maybe your section have some awards, take advantage of them. Help them to get nominated to these awards. Help them, for example, to get a thank you note from your section chair. This is important for them. There are ways you can recognize the work from companies, and especially from professionals. Show them we are grateful. Show them we really appreciate what they do. This is something I want to show. This is a IEEE Premier. This is a program we are launching. This is global program. They can, so this is for companies who already know, who know what IEEE is, who know why IEEE is important. And so we are going to have a webinar on May 22nd. So try to see this and access the website to learn more about it. This is going to give them access to membership, to courses, to access to experts. So this is really, really important for them. So try to do this. These are some examples from El Salvador section, who's doing a great job. They are doing, this is a technical breakfast in which they create opportunities for to exchange knowledge. This with local groups works really, really well. If you take the advantage and create local groups for specific areas and have this opportunity. Why? Because you can have some technical discussion. After that, you have a networking experience. So you can do it with your student branches as well. Try to find, for example, we are going to have an industry academia space, for example, a coffee talk, for example, industry academia. So I invite some teachers, and I invite some people from industry and have this exchange. And this is good for them. Why? Because they are getting knowledge of what's happening in academia. And for people in academia, it is good because they can apply their knowledge in industry. They can have some cases to study if this is for research, and it is good. And this is something we all want to do. We always people in academia wants to work with industry. People in industry wants to work with academia. So just you can, and we are in a position that we can fill the gaps and make that happen. So this is what we're doing. This is I try to get some few examples. Try to put it down to your reality. I know. Think about that one IEEE. Don't think only on your student branch. Think there are other student branches in your city. So talk to them. Let's do some work. For example, let's do a program, and we're inviting industry from different and we're going to have one session in my university, another session in your university. Try to get alliances. Talk to your sections. Talk to your sectors. To your student representatives, because this is how we create these programs. This is try always talk. If you want to do it with us, contact us. Email me and get into our LinkedIn and to our Instagram. Follow us and talk to us. If you have an idea, if you have if you want something to do with us, we are really open. We're to do this, and we are here to help, because, as I said before, we are one of IEEE. We believe in students. We believe that students are doing a great job, especially in Latin America, especially in Region 9, where we are doing a great job with students, and we want to do great things together. Thank you. If you have any questions, something to ask, any suggestions, I'm open to it.
Yeah, I think we have some question that was on the chat, so we can start with those. Um, I invite you, the audience, to start dropping your question into the chat for the live. So we can start with this one from Andreina. Do you believe that the only way to achieve a closer relationship between academia and industry is for academia to adapt to sorry, is for academia to adapt to what industry expects. Could be the opposite path also be possible?
Yes, sure, sure, it is possible. I think in industry needs to, and this is something I talk when I talk to them, they need to understand that the also path is not only possible, it is necessary. They need to sometimes people from industry complain, but academia, they are not interested, they don't do, oh, when then it's not that they're not interested, it's that you're not offering them what they want. So yeah, it is, the other path is possible and the other path happens. And as we are, and this is something, this is also related, and it depends as well from that what the type of industry we have, the way we are, and this is something, for example, if our industry only buys stuff made elsewhere, distributes stuff made elsewhere, and they do nothing with it, they just buy and install it and just that, maybe they're not that interested to work with academia. But as they as and if they learn the value, that the true value, that they can make more money, they can earn more money, the more they are involved in in the product, in a product, the more they add value and to the product or to the service. And if they know that they need knowledge, but they need knowledge for that, and who has the knowledge when there's something new? The- Most of the time it's academia. So so this is something we need to show them. Okay, why don't you begin, for example, instead of sending this, okay, for repair this part, maybe we can begin with this. Okay, why don't you do it in-house? Okay, first thing, invite them, and they're gonna see, they gonna get, for them it's better because they're gonna get a faster response to their customers, and they are gonna get, and they're gonna get more money in the long run. So they begin with this. After, okay, I'm not telling them, okay, create an R&D department from scratch. This is not gonna happen, but maybe from this is small steps, they're gonna get interested, and they need to do it because that's the way they're gonna be relevant in the market.
So thank you for all your question. I think we continue with this one from Paula. Um, how can we get our graduate members if they say that they don't see the importance of continuing?
Oh,
And
this is a really good question.
this keeps going and do not see something that favors them in the industry or in their professional life.
This is really good question. Okay, so it happens a lot. So lots of people, they are even active and they're volunteering in their student branches, but once they graduate, they don't see value. And this is huge. This happens not only in Region 9, it happens in the whole world. Okay, first, what do let's think about what do they need. What so divide in in some places. First one, okay, if they are recently graduated, they need lots of knowledge, they need lots of um, opportunities, they need connections, they need mentoring. So you can create programs that attend these needs. Okay, I want mentoring because I don't know where to go. I want jobs because I'm beginning my career. So it is usual maybe they don't have a job, or they have a job that is not well paid, or they're doing something that is not related to their career or to their expectations. So if you have a program, or if there's an existing program, for example, in young professionals, there are lots of good programs right now. For example, one with mentoring. This is in Region 9, or in your sections. Uh, Invite them, show them. This is another thing. Try to make them connected. For example, okay, they are good in one topic. Invite them to speak. Get them create a certificate. Give them the certificate, um, and make them known. Help them to advance their career with recognition, with more knowledge, with getting show them that we have these programs. Help them to get into this program. For example, the ambassadors program is a good opportunity. I'm talking about my committee, because they are going to keep active in IEEE, volunteering if they are volunteers, and make them one of the things is invite them to do some volunteer work, maybe some small something small, because maybe they're beginning and maybe they have all the time they had when they were students, but small tasks, uh, and recognize them. This is important, because this is going to help them advance in their careers. So this is attacking this. Okay, no, they need to get some skills, so focus on it. They want recognition, and they want a path. They want to know where to go. So mentoring is really, really important to do this. And no, and yeah, and jobs. If you think about, okay, if you think about, for example, people with more seniority. Okay, maybe they want something different. They want, okay, to advance their career in another level. So they want to show their expertise. So maybe they can be mentors, and they're gonna see value with that. Maybe if they want networking with, they want to know what's happening in their industries. They want to know what's happening, what comes from this. So try to find these ways. And finally, we talk about senior members. Okay, if we are, this is something we need to do. We need to value our IEEE senior members. We need to, okay, get them the most recognition, and get them spaces to show their why it is important to be a senior member. So, for example, if you have some space, for example, a blog or some postings on social media about technical issues, invite senior members and say, okay, I have a space for senior members. So they're showing everyone that a senior member has value, and that being a senior member is something that creates value. And then share it with in social media, in all places, and show that they are good, and that the knowledge they have is valuable. Because that way, and always tell they are senior members, because that way most people are going to be to I want the people will want to be senior members. And you know what's interesting? Almost all senior members renew year by year. So if you take the path and help them to from from newly graduate to senior members, you're gonna have that person for the rest of their life. So I know it's hard, because there is 10 years from one moment to the other, but it is really worth it, and for them, for IEEE, and for industry. Okay.
Thank you for so much for your question. This is the next one. Let me check. Yes, this one from Fabiana. Do you have some books or tips to improve my way to spread my ideas or propose if I am an introvert?
Oh, Fabiana, this is a this is a good one. Well, well, maybe I don't have books for that, um, but okay. Mm, so first, okay, some people are introvert because it's their nature, because they want to be quiet, they want to be calm, and they want first. I think there's something more introspection. Sometimes you don't want to talk a lot, but you know you need to talk. So try to find in which places and in which moments you feel more comfortable. Where find those things in the environment that affect you positively or negatively, um, and try to create that environment. This is something I think this works really really well because okay, what makes me talk, what makes me express better, and what affects me. So if something affects me, try to uh, eliminate it or try to reduce the impact at maximum. For example, noisy places, okay, avoid noisy places. If I want to talk, if I'm better, if I'm not able to talk when there's lots of people, when try to find a place, try to create a space in which you have a calm environment, and you have maybe a closer space to talk. If it's the opposite, invite someone you really really trust to be with you. Train. This is important. Train. Ask someone you really really trust something. Okay, I'm going to talk to that person. Please train. Let's train. I'm going to. This is what I'm going to say. This is how I'm going to say. Give me some feedback. Um, try to simulate the moment you're going to talk. And also, okay, I'm an introvert. I'm not good to speaking. I don't feel comfortable at speaking. But okay, write an email. Use WhatsApp. Use communication. Is use asynchronous communication. Let's say that, because that way I'm going to be okay. I can take my time to answer. I can process the information, and I can answer when I'm sure I found the proper words, and I find this. This is something okay. If you want to. No, if you want to improve the way you talk, if it's not that okay, I'm not introvert by nature, but I feel shy, try to find ways to okay to try to find okay some support from close people. If it's for example, if it's I'm getting afraid, try to create a space when you feel comfortable. And I think this is these are the basics I can give you. A book, I'm not. I don't know. Or maybe I can't. I can't remember a book right now. But this is something. This is from my experience what I can recommend you.
Thank you so much for all your questions. I think that we can lead the webinar at this point. Um, Thank you so much, Juan, for your presentation, your time, and being part of this student leadership training that we are developing in Region 9. I hope you can have some impact in the activities of the industry industry subcommittee of the region. And thank you so much, all you guys that assisted to the event. Don't forget to submit the assistance form. And thank you also for your time question. We want to see you again tomorrow with our next session. So we stay in touch. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Andrés. Gracias. Tchau. Obrigado. Até mais.